What's going on, guys? This is how I got number 1 in Clash Royale. Alright, in today's video we're going to be trying to push to number 1 in the world with Hog Rider Earthquake. I'm going to go with my Hog Rider first play. I'm pretty sure this guy's a Lava Loon player, so probably going to be one of the hardest possible matchups for this deck. And yeah, he'll play his Mighty Miner first play on our Hog Rider. I'm going to go with my Giant Skelly here, as well as my Skeletons, just make sure that our Giant Skeleton stays pretty healthy. And he'll go with his Lava in the back in the left lane, but I'm pretty sure he has almost no ground cards right now to stop our Giant Skeleton. He might go with his Tombstone, so I'm going to kind of get ready with my Earthquake, and he'll play his Tombstone right here, so pretty easy Earthquake. I think that probably will be his tower there in the right lane. And I'm going to go with my early Queen ability as well, make sure that his Lava dies pretty quickly here, and I'm going to go with my Hog Rider 2 in the left lane in case he tries to spend like the balloon there, in the right lane. So I kind of expected that balloon there, but I think our King Tower at least should be fine, and our Hog Rider does get some pretty nice damage in the left lane, so I'll definitely take this spot even though he does take our tower. I'm going to go with my Queen ability as well, hopefully get a little bit more damage. Pretty nice for us. It will be very hard in a 1-to-1 situation though, because when they play the Mighty Miner kind of like off to the right side of the map, they can just like ability and get right onto your tower. So it could be pretty hard to actually defend his big pushes here. Definitely not over yet. I'm just going to play my Hog Rider right into his Mega Minion. Don't really have any other good play except like a Giant Skeleton, so I think that should be fine. And he'll go with the Tombstone a little bit late though, so our Hog Rider does get like 2 shots on his tower. That's super nice for us. I'm going to go with my Earthquake here just to finish off his tower. Yeah, and he'll play his Lava in the back right here, so this is going to be super hard to defend. I have no idea if we can actually like save this tower. It probably will be like a 3-tower game here. So yeah, at least our Giant Skeleton should do a good job kind of blocking up the left lane. Maybe like kill his Skelly Drags or like any air unit he plays. And he'll go with his Lava Loon push right here, and he kind of had an interesting Skelly Drags there pushing his balloon out of the range of our cannon. Pretty unfortunate for us. I'm going to go with my Hog Rider here in the right lane, as well as my Log on his Tombstone. Hopefully get our Giant Skeleton onto his King Tower. Okay, this is pretty nice for us right here, but his Mighty Miner is going to kind of block up the lane, so I can't really play anything else for a little bit. Hopefully his balloon doesn't take our King Tower. Super good Skeletons right there, kind of pulling back his Mega Minion, and I think our Queen might be able to defend right here. I'm not really sure though. Okay, we'll go with the Fireball, so I have no idea if we can actually defend right here. Okay, King Tower, please take out that balloon. Okay, Hog Rider will finish it, so that will be a good game. Alright, so we found our next match right now. Really only need like a few more wins for the nice number 1 spot. And by the way guys, I did just return from like a 2-week vacation, so my voice might sound like a little bit jet lagged. That's probably why my commentary may have been sounding a little bit differently lately for some of you guys. And I think this guy's probably playing like a giant double Prince deck right here. Very nice Log on his Ewis, making it go onto our Giant Skeleton, having like a perfect defense right there. So I'm not really sure how I feel about this matchup. We don't have like any like great way to take out some of his cards. Like his Mega Minions can be pretty annoying, and he'll play his Mega Minion right there in the middle to counter our Archer Queen. I mean, Archer Queen is pretty good against his Mega Minions, but we kind of have to spend it against a lot of his other units as well, so we can't really always specifically save our Queen for that. I'm gonna go with my Fire Spirit. Should force out some response here. He can't really ignore that. Yeah, he'll have to play his Dark Prince on it. I'm gonna go with my Skellies. I don't think it'll be enough though, so I'm gonna have to go with my Hog Rider to kind of kite it back as well for like a couple seconds, maybe get a little bit of damage on his tower as well. So he'll play his E-Wiz onto it. One nice Hog hit though. I'm gonna go with my Giant Skeleton a little bit low this time instead of right on his E-Wiz, just to make sure that we can have like enough elixir for an Archer Queen. Just to make sure that he can't really get too much counter push off of our Giant Skeleton. He probably will play like his Prince on it, so I will go with my Queen right here. Okay, he does decide to go with his Giant right in front of it. I think our Queen should do a very good job though with her ability. I'm going to log everything back as well. I'm going to kind of try to protect this Queen for a little bit longer, just make sure he has to spend even more elixir on it on the defensive end. Yeah, he does have to play his Mega Minion onto it. Pretty nice defense by us and pretty good offense as well, forcing out even more elixir each time. And I think our Fire Spirit should always get us very good damage in this matchup. It's pretty hard for him to actually stop it. He always has to spend at least like 2 or 3 elixir. He does go with his Miner, kind of pulling our Giant Skeleton back. I pretty much expected that though, so I'm going to have a pretty nice skeletons right there. Pretty good log by us as well. I'm gonna go with my Hog Rider in the right lane right here. It's pretty hard to go in the same lane as like a giant double prince deck when you're playing Hog Rider, so I have to make sure that I get some nice damage in both lanes. So we can't really just like stack up the lane with charging princes at all times. I'm gonna go with my giant skeleton in the middle here against his dark prince, hopefully maybe do something in the left lane as well if we need it to. Okay, I think the prince will just pretty much die to our queen, so I don't really need to do anything here with our giant skelly or anything like that. And Hog Rider is getting tanked for by our giant skeleton, so it should get pretty nice damage on his tower. Prince doesn't even fully finish it off right there, so we get, yeah, very nice damage right there. I'm gonna go with my skellies here. He does go with the zap on it, prediction zap, but came down a little bit late there, so I think our defenses should be pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my Hog Rider here as well, and that should get some nice damage onto his tower. I don't really think he has any great way to stop it. Even with the E-Wiz there, it should get 2 shots. Yeah, very nice for us. And by the way, guys, we're just now like only around 400 subscribers away from the 100k, so make sure to subscribe if you enjoy this video. And yeah, that would be a good game. Alright, so we just found our next match, and we're going to be up against Remy Eli. He always plays minor wall breakers with Tornado, so it could be a very hard matchup right here. Okay, he actually somehow missed his Tornado right there on our Hog Rider. I think our Fire Spit actually kind of pushed the Hog Rider out of the Nado range for like a few seconds, so he kind of mistimed his Nado. Very well played by us. You guys can rewind that to watch what happened. I'm not even exactly sure what caused that Hog Rider to move so weirdly like that. I'm going to go with my high Archer Queen here. I'm not sure if it actually hit his second wall breaker or not. Okay, just barely doesn't hit his wall breaker right there. Kind of unfortunate for us. He will Fireball on our Archer Queen Hog Rider, but I think our Hog might still get 1 shot on his tower, and Queen might get 1 shot too. Okay, just barely doesn't get a hit on his tower, but still pretty worth it for us. I'm going to go with the high Giant Skelly here on his Magic Archer, just to make sure it doesn't get any value at all, and does give some counter push, unlike a cannon or something would. And yeah, really weird miner by him. I'm not really sure why he went with such a interesting miner there on our Giant Skeleton. And he'll still have to play something against this Giant Skelly. He'll play his Valkyrie, so I'll definitely take that. 4 more elixir from him, kind of wasted. And I will go with my Queen in the opposite lane. He probably left a Fireball it or something, but that's not really the best trade for him, because it's not really enough to fully take out our Archer Queen. So yeah, I'll pop my ability right here. He does decide to play his Bomb Tower and Fireball. A little bit of an overcommitment by him, to be honest, but maybe he didn't really have any great card in cycle. Alright, so feeling pretty good about this match so far, but it's definitely a very hard matchup, so have to still stay on our tippy toes right here to make sure we can actually win this matchup. And he finally does get the Nado right on our Hog Rider right here, but we still did quite a lot of damage before he actually managed to get the correct Nado placement, or correct Nado timing, I guess you could say. And I just went with my cannon right there against his wall breakers just to make sure he couldn't get anything interesting going. And I'll play my Giant Skeleton in the back right now just to have like a nice tank for our Hog Rider, allow it to get even more value when it gets towards his towers. So I'm going to go with my Queen here in the left lane, hopefully kill his Magic Archer. Very good ability by us going with like the super early Queen ability, knowing that he probably tried to like Fireball it or something. I faced Remy Eli so much already, so I pretty much know whatever play he's going to make before he even actually makes that play. And you may have to play something still against our Giant Skeleton. He does decide to play his Magic Archer and Wall Breakers. I'm going to go with my Fire Spit here on his Spear Goblins. Kind of went with it a little bit early right there, so I have to go with my Earthquake as well, but it did kill his Magic Archer, so pretty good trade for us anyways, I'd say. And I'm going to go with my Hog Rider behind our Giant Skelly here. I'm going to try to log his Magic Archer into the opposite lane so it dies to our Giant Skeleton Death Ball. He does go with his Nado too though, so I'm just going to Earthquake his Magic Archer away this time. So I'm going to go with another Hog Rider. Have to keep on applying pressure just to make sure he can't fully start like spell cycling our tower and going with like a bunch of miners and everything. Have to make sure we're still applying some good pressure on him. So I'm going to go with my Archer Queen right. He does go with the Magic Archer and just like a single skeleton, but it doesn't even hit our tower, so I'll definitely take that, I guess. And yeah, I'm just going to go back at it with another Hog Rider right here, slowly damaging down his King Tower, so maybe I could even try to like 3-crown him right here. Not really too sure if he's actually going to allow us to though. I'm going to play a very high cannon here, just make sure you can't Fireball our cannon and our tower at the same time. Somehow his second wall break actually connected onto our cannon. Not really too sure how that actually happened. I'm gonna go with the giant skeleton right here in the left lane just to apply some pressure and force out like a bunch of units. And I'm gonna go with my hog rider in the opposite lane. The giant skeleton does lock onto his tower, so it might do some pretty heavy damage right here. Very nice queen ability as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my log here on his spear goblins and everything. Don't want to give him any good magic archer value or something like that. Very nice queen here as well. He'll have to play his fireball onto it. And I'm gonna go back in with another hog rider right here. Just make sure to earthquake his king tower as well. Hopefully like force out a native from him at some point and make him just like pull the hog rider towards his king tower. He'll play his native right there, so I'm gonna go in with my hog rider. Gonna have to go with another cannon right here on his wall breakers. And hog rider will take it. Alright, so we should now be #1 in the world. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!